Chuck, Dana's come out and said that, pending your performance, he may be asking, it could be the last time we see Chuck Liddell in the octagon and perhaps pushing for retirement. And for Dana, Chuck gave me a long list of fighters he'd love to take on after this fight. So if I get both your comments on each other's words there.
Well, I mean, honestly, I'm planning on coming out and having an impressive performance and knocking him out. So with that, I don't think there's going to be any problem with him bringing me back. So I'm really not worried about it. That's not something I worry about like everything else. I take this fight. It's a very important fight. It's a very tough fight, and something I got to concentrate on this. I'll worry about what happens after the fight.
I think early on, when I first made this statement publicly, it got blown out of proportion, like most of my public statements. But he and I sat down, before this fight was made and had a long talk. Everybody knows my relationship with him, and it was basically I was saying it, out of friendship. People that are like, oh, so you're gonna kick Chuck Liddell to the curb, and far from it. Whether he's fighting or retired, he's going to be with the UFC till I'm dead. So, bottom line is, he's going to have to come out and put on a great performance. Because my point is, what more does this guy have to prove? He's the most famous mixed martial artist in the sport. He helped us build this business. He's made a ton of money. He's held the world championship. I mean, he's done everything you can possibly do, and he's almost 40 years old now. He said to me, being the Chuck Liddell that we know and love, I'm not done fighting yet. I love fighting. I want to fight still, and I want to take a run at the title again. So how do I say no to that? And I think he's changed his lifestyle habits a little bit. He's gotten back in the gym and started training hard and is focused and taking it serious, and see what happens Saturday night. And as friends, I'm not going to run in the back and go, it's over, you're done, beat it, get lost. We'll sit down and we'll talk after the fight on Saturday.
In the press conference, Dana was addressing, what would happen down the road. Say there's some losses down the road, and there's an age issue. What was the initial conversation like? Because I know you talked about the fact that that was overblown initially.
Yeah, we had a conversation a while back after fighting, and they asked me why. Basically wanted to say, he kind of knew the answer he was going to get from me, but he wanted to have him speak his mind and say, hey, you've done everything. When we set out, he basically said, when he was my manager, when we set out to, make you a lot of money, make you a world champion, do all that stuff, and we've done all that. What do you have left to prove? Why are you still in this? You want to be, and he was offering me a job working for the UFC, moving on the other side of, promoting it and supporting the sport.
And that was back?
That was in November.
Really?
Yeah. So but
your answer was?
The answer was, I'm not done fighting. I'm not done. Why? Because I love it. I love fighting. I still want to make another shot. And all the talk about is he going to retire after he's going to? I mean, if I don't fight I'm not doing good enough. I'm not doing good enough to wear a title shots anywhere in the net is possible. It's not. That might be the time to take some time. I'll decide probably let it go, just because it's not, But I still want to make another run at the title. I want to make another run at it. And I'd like to fight as long as I can. Man, I still love what I do, and I'm still good at it. Still real good at it. So I mean, I don't think it's not like they said about the fight after people. I went from being back after fighting Vanderlei to now he should quit. And that was, from a fight that I don't think I was losing until I got caught. I got caught with a punch, and it can happen.
So what was your reaction? What was your initial reaction to him saying, "Hey, you know what? You might be done. Take a job behind the scenes." I mean, that's a pretty bold statement to make. Were you insulted at first? Were you mad?
No, I just didn't. I didn't understand it. I'm like, I don't know why you want. But I mean, the way he argued, he's just making this point. He said, "Look, you've done everything. What else do you have to prove? What else do you have to do?" You got to understand. I never did this for all that. I did it to prove I'm the best in the world. at my weight, and I want to do that. I want to continue. I want to do that again. I want to be on the top at least one more time before I'm done.
So what do you think when he says, hey, this guy's going to be with me in UFC for life? What if there comes a point, hey, you're in agreement right now that, hey, you can keep fighting. If it came to a point where you guys disagreed, and I mean, this is a new era now, Chuck. There's big money out there. It's not like there's no competition. You're going to have, if you ever had to, be told by the UFC you can't fight, there's hundreds of thousands of dollars out there for you to be the head of another promotion.
I mean, I think it'd be an argument between us. I mean, but if he could convince me to retire, I think he'd let me fight. I don't see him stopping me if I can make the argument that I'm still able to. I think he'll let me.
Yeah.
I mean, it's that kind of. But that's one of the things I promised myself to do. I'll look at the people around me start telling me, if John starts telling me, Sammy, these guys start telling me it's time to hang it up. I'm gonna try. I'm hopefully gonna take their advice. Cause
right.
I don't want to turn it into one of those things where I am that guy taking a beating down, down the end of the road.
Can you name the fighter who's done that though? In the history of it's an odd thing, and it's just like any of us. None of us want to retire, too early. But I mean, there really hasn't been a fighter in the history of MMA or boxing who maybe walked away at the right time. It's tough.
It is tough, but I'm hopefully I'm gonna listen to everybody. So we'll see.
Yeah. So what do you think being at a promotion like this where you're not top dog? Do you care? I mean, you seem very relaxed. You were texting.
It doesn't bother me, man.
Yeah.
I do well at those. I wasn't well for Vanderlei. I did pretty well at that one. I was the second. I was the second fight, the second to last fight there too.
Is it motivation to see Silva be the guy? Pound for pound, all that
I
stuff.
I honestly really don't care.
No,
don't bother me.
Yeah.
It's a fight, man. I'm ready to go out there and fight.
What do you think of Silva as a fighter?
I think he's a great fighter. Exciting fighter, fun to watch, man. I love watching him.